In order to save his title of boxing champion, he accidentally killed his best brother. Bane panicked at this moment, looking at Enzo lying on the ground in disbelief. His wife and children cry in the audience. It's like a spike piercing into his heart, the joy of victory, only bone-eating regret and deep self-blame. He couldn't believe that everything would turn out like this. In the deserted cemetery, looking at Enzo's photos, Bane still can't swallow this bitter fruit. Leo, who lost his father, take all the responsibility on him. Bane has no explanation, keeps saying things.
Putain mais casse-toi! Léo! Arrête! Léo, arrête! Calme-toi! Dégage! Va-t'en.
For this so-called honor, he lost his best brother. The lock was too heavy and eventually forced him to take off his boxing gloves. Stay away from this sad arena. 3 years have passed in a blink of an eye, but Bane is still awakened by dreams. Those scenes from back then still come to mind from time to time. He became taciturn and sluggish, relying on doing odd jobs in stone factories every day to make a living. I thought the dark days would last. However, fate joked with him again. Bane, who had finished his work that day, just returned home. I saw Enzo's wife Emma sitting in her yard. This time she came for a life and death request. 6 months ago, her son Leo goes to Marseille to visit his cousin, but under my cousin's anger, he was involved in drug trafficking activities. However, 3 weeks ago, she suddenly received a voice call for help from her.
Maman, c'est moi. Je suis dans la merde de fou là, faut vraiment que tu m'aides.
Léo!
Sors-moi de là, je t'en supplie.
Léo, ils sont là!
Here, after listening to the voice, he immediately contacted his son, but my son's phone is already shut down. She also called the police, but the police have made no progress in the past week. Emma is desperate and can only find Bane. Hope he can help him find his son. Bane didn't hesitate at all. This is what he owed to the mother and son. Before leaving, Emma gave Bane the bracelet that she had been with her for many years. Hope all goes well with him. Then, according to the address provided by Emma, Bane rushed to Marseille. I found that apartment very easily. He came upstairs. Just when I was about to knock on the door, I found out that the door was open. No one in the room. The mess all over the ground told him that there had been a fight here. Just as he was at a loss, a pistol hit his head. Yes, girl with the gun. She rudely pressed Bane against the wall. The girl's name is Avila. He is a team leader of the local police station. After confirming that Bond was not threatening, he asked him what he wanted. Bane tells her that she is entrusted. Come and find a boy named Leo. Avila was cheered up after hearing this news, because she's also here to find Leo. It turned out that they received a call 3 weeks ago. Someone heard gunshots in an abandoned factory. So Avila immediately took people over. While searching the factory, she found a bloody spot on the ground. Followed the direction of the blood. Avila walked into a warehouse with a flashlight. I saw a terrifying scene here. The houses with several clothes that were taken off were neatly arranged. Death is miserable. Almost all killed with one knife. Such a big case alarmed the director. Avila has already grasped the identities of several dead. They both belonged to a drug trafficking group during their lifetime. The boss's name is Andrew, but Andrew was not among the dead. Avila thinks it was the local Mancher coach, but my colleagues don't agree with her statement. I think she's just catching a picture without evidence. The two started arguing because of this, but they didn't know that Avila guessed correctly. Mancher helps boss Duller kill all Andrew's men. Andrew escaped, but soon surrounded by a large number of subordinates. While running away, he was knocked to the ground by Lau Hai, the second leader of the Mancher gang. The men who arrived beat Andrew up in groups. Life and death are uncertain in the end, although it did happen. But Avila has no evidence. The importance of police evidence is self-evident. The director said that he could help her if he had evidence. Avila is about to search for clues, but I received a call from an informant. The other party's impatient tone made her very upset. Not long after, the two met in a parking lot on the roof. Avila's informant is Leo.
Qu'est-ce qui se passe?
Je suis vraiment dans la merde là.
Qu'est-ce que t'as fait?
On allait au SCG à l'usine. J'y étais, j'ai tout vu. Je sais qui les a butés.
C'était les manchots?
Ouais. Mais ils m'ont vu. Putain, s'ils me trouvent, je suis mort. Mais vraiment.
As soon as he finished speaking, a police car suddenly appeared in sight. Leo turned around and ran away when he saw this. Avila also chased after informing the other party of his identity, but Leo made maintenance in advance, arranged his girlfriend Lucy to pick her up. When Avila catches up, the two have already walked far away by bike, then follow clues. Avila comes to Leo's cousin Hugo's house. Meet Bane, who came to find Leo. Avila sees a photo of Leo's girlfriend Lucy in a bunch of photos, so I put it away. I learned about the situation with the gangster downstairs. A group of people rushed into Hugo's home. Beach Hugo. He is receiving treatment in the hospital at this time. After getting the location of the hospital, Avila rushed over immediately, but by the time he arrived, Bane had already been waiting there. Avila didn't want to be with Bane, she was handling the case. It's impossible to let Bane follow him and affect him.
J'ai tué son père.
Avila, who heard this, returned. Bane told her what had happened before. Leo's father was beaten to death by himself. He needs to make up for it. Avila didn't insist this time. He warned Bane to follow him. But you have to listen to your own things and don't do anything randomly. Then the two walked into the hospital together. After seeing Hugo again, Avila took out Lucy's photo for him. Hugo says she is not familiar with this girl, but he had some friendship with his sister Fatu. Fatu works in a nightclub called Poe. Avila is ready to go over and find clues. Bane wants to know the mastermind behind the beating of Hugo. Avila tells him it was a local gangster named Mancher. Just finished speaking and turned around, but I saw two young guys standing at the entrance of the hospital. Avila recognized them as members of the Mancher gang at a glance. Obviously, I came to Hugo and the other dialect's tool was. Every sentence reveals disdain for Avila. There's even a slight scent of pickiness, but Avila doesn't care. Let them bring a message to their boss. Sooner or later, I will bring him to justice. The two gangsters turned around and left after hearing this. Avila also heads to Bond.
En fait, bonjour à ton frère, hein.
Avila's face changed drastically when she heard this. Turn around and walk quickly towards the gangster. Pull out the stick from your waist. If it weren't for Bane's quick eyes and quick hands to stop him in time, these two gangsters may not be able to afford to leave. However, Avila's impulsive move eventually caused a disaster. Beat people under the eyes of everyone causes extremely bad effects. To prevent her from causing trouble to the police station again, her boss ordered her to get on the traffic police badge and match her gun, letting temporarily suspend his post and reflect on work. Despite the suspension, Avila did not depress. She decided to join hands with Bond, go to that mysterious nightclub to find clues. At the same time, in an abandoned cement factory in a remote valley, Deller and Lau Hai returned here. His subordinates are torturing Andrew. It is reported that Andrew transports 300 kilograms of drugs to Marseille, but this guy has iron mouth and steel teeth. Never reveal the location of the hidden goods, but Dull returned from now on. A breakthrough has been found. He sent people to arrest Andrew's family. When Andrew saw his wife and children struggling in pain in the video, this tough guy finally collapsed and compromised. In the end, he had to hand over the drug hiding place. Duller immediately sent a team to pick up the goods. He ordered the rest of his subordinates to post Leo's missing person notice throughout the city. In their opinion, if you don't catch Leo as soon as possible, all previous plans will be a loss. But no one knows. At this time, Leo was hiding in the apartment above their heads, watching everything nervously. He knows very well that once he falls into the enemy, the outcome will be terrible. Fortunately, Lucy has been with her for this period. This made his panic relieve a little. Not long after, Avila and Bane arrived at the nightclub. I noticed the Dharma map after the 8th tower at a glance. Avila went straight forward, asked her sister directly whereabouts.
J'ai rien à vous dire.
C'est important.
Bon, mais lâchez-moi.
The bodyguards on the side mistakenly thought they were here to make trouble. Bane's appearance further deepened this misunderstanding. Bodyguards call for support immediately. In an instant, Bane was surrounded by several bodyguards. The other party took the lead in attacking without saying a word, but Bane was once a boxing champion. Respond easily with left and right attack. Seeing this, Avila also waved her stick and joined the battle. Bane takes action decisively. These security is not a match for. It took almost no effort to make all of them. He came to Fatu and showed that he had no malice. I just want to know the traces of his sister. But as soon as he finished speaking, a gun quietly pressed against his back.
Dégage de ma boîte ou je t'explose la tête!
After getting Lucy's location, the two left the nightclub. Avila knows deeply. Frevelin, where Lucy is hiding, is the most chaotic area in Marseille. Even the police are hard to intervene. It's too dangerous to go to the night. I can only wait until dawn before waiting for an opportunity to sneak in. Then the two returned to her residence together. Avila assisted Bane in handling the wound. During the chat, Bane's eyes fell on the photo. Avila did not cover up, frankly admit that the boy in the photo is her younger brother, and tell a past story.
T'avais raison, j'ai un dos avec les manchours. C'est pour ça que j'ai pété un câble tout à l'heure à l'hosto.
She and her brother have been with Mancher since childhood. Duller grew up in the same neighborhood. My younger brother originally worked in the community, but somehow it angered Duller. One night, my brother was tied to a stool. Duller and others burned to death with gasoline. Even the cruel process was filmed into a video and sent it to her. This tragic past, this is the source of Avila's hatred for the Mancher gang. Bane didn't expect Avila had such a bad experience. At this moment, she has no time to care about other things. I don't know if I can come back alive tomorrow. She just wants to release her heart's content tonight. At least I am worthy of coming to the world for such a visit.
Attends. Qui t'a dit que j'étais ok?
Ok.
However, when the two are in love, a storm is brewing in the Mancher gang. With Andrew's 300 kilograms of drugs, Deller can almost walk sideways in this area. To maximize profits, he made an appointment with the boss of the hostel gang, the Bearded Man. The Bearded Man wants to know what kind of tricks they want to play. Deller said he would not interfere in his territory again, but the premise is that the Bearded Man must pick up the drugs he sells from his own hands in the future. The Bearded Man really wants to know, what if he doesn't do what he says? Just finished speaking. Two subordinates dragged the scarred Andrew out and connected to the two motorcycles with iron chains. The next second, the motorcycle suddenly started to exert force. The extreme pull made Andrew roar in pain. With a crisp sound, Andrew's arms were torn off. Such a cruel picture. Even the knowledgeable Bearded Man couldn't help but act.
Alors, Mourad, on a fait cette paix?
On the other side, Avila and Bane's actions at the hotel. Arrested by several scarred security guards to the police station, I learned that the two people's target was Fatu. After confirming Fatu's identity from the security guard, he asked his men to bring Fatu back. By the way, find the fat black guy who beats people. Let another person find Avila back. However, at this time Avila and Bane had already touched the apartment where Leo was located. The two just met Leo on the 17th floor. Deller knew Leo's location right away. Leo, who was approaching without realizing the danger, getting angry at Bane. He doesn't need the man who killed his father to save himself.
Léo, je comprends ta colère.
Non, tu comprends rien, toi, tu sais pas.
Si, je sais. Mais là, c'est pas le moment. Une fois sorti d'ici, si tu veux, toi et moi, on discutera.
Je sais même pas pourquoi je te parle, arrête.
In the end, Avila talked about his girlfriend. This made Leo agree to leave with them. But a few people just arrived downstairs. Deller's men chased after him. The opponent drew out his weapon and looked at him. Bane lets them go first. Stay behind these people. Both sides immediately set off and rushed. Just solved 2 people. He found that more people came. Bane dared not turn around and run. These people each hold weapons and are fierce and terrifying. It's getting closer to him. A group of police suddenly rushed out from the opposite side during the crisis. It instantly resolved the crisis they encountered. Avila and others were protected. Thanks to the director for all this, knowing through the Dharma diagram. After Avila and Bane went to Flumron, the director knows how dangerous this place is, so he ordered everyone to wear weapons and equipment. Go to Frevelin to support 2 people. This is where a few people escaped successfully. They were all taken back to the police station soon after. I was so excited to see my sister's Fatu. It was her confession to the director who indirectly saved her sister. Avila was called into the office by the director. After experiencing what happened just now, Leo's attitude towards Bane has also changed. He thanked Bane for taking a risk to save himself today. This statement surprised Bane. He didn't dare to ask for Leo's forgiveness. As long as there was a chance to make up for the mistake, he's already satisfied.
J'avais exactement ton âge quand mon père à moi il est mort. Ça m'a foutu la haine. J'en avais après tout le monde. J'ai commencé à arrêter l'école. Enchaîner les conneries. Je me battais tout le temps. Ça te parle? Je suis désolé d'avoir fait rentrer dans ta vie.
Leo was calm after listening to Bane's words. Strictly speaking, the two are the same type of people. All experienced the pain of losing a loved one, but what has happened should be faced calmly. Life always needs to look forward. These words seemed to smooth out the obstacles in Leo's heart. The two just finished chatting. Avila walked out of the office. The sheriff returned the weapons and badges to her. Next, they will record Leo. This is the key to bringing down Deller. However, several people just entered the inquiry room. Deller received the message again. Apparently someone in the police station was leaking information to him. Deller is afraid. Once Leo will see it, tell the police. It will be a catastrophe for him. He won't let this happen. So I plan to take some action. So the next second, all regions of Marseille began to appear one after another. After receiving the alarm, the person in charge of each area sent out the police. When the director realized it, everyone in the office was almost finished. The area above the head is also red. At this time, Leo also began to tell his own experience. That was a few weeks ago. Under the recommendation of my cousin Hugo, he started working for Andrew. However, it didn't take long. He encountered Andrew's drug dealing with someone else. Since he is a newcomer, he has no right to participate, so I hid outside in an abandoned car. Want to collect some information for Avila, but at this time, Deller walked out from the side with his men. Leo was so scared that he didn't dare to breathe. Then they raised their guns and rushed into the abandoned factory. Leo was curious and followed him in, but I saw that all Andrew's subordinates were controlled. Deller gave the money to the stranger who was wearing a hat, although he didn't see his appearance clearly, but I probably guessed that this man betrayed Andrew to get Andrew to tell the location of the drug. Deller killed one of his men. Leo turned around and ran. Deller asked his men to recover him. Fortunately, Leo finally escaped successfully. At this moment, Avila suddenly asked him, "Why did you run away when you saw the police?" Leo was struggling for a long time before telling her. Before the incident, he heard Andrew's men say, "The reason why Deller's gangsters grew, it's because the police help him." Hearing this, Avila looked at her colleague next to her.
Quoi? Tu crois pas que c'est moi? Quand même.
Benoît! Arrête! Qu'est-ce que tu fais?
Je sais pas le jour. Il faut que je lutte. Je sais pas de quoi ils sont capables.
The situation took a sharp turn and just killed the traitor. The entire police station suddenly became dark. Everyone hasn't reacted to what happened yet. A group of gunmen rushed in at the side door, drained intensive strafing at them. Taking advantage of one of them changing ammunition, Avila made a decisive move and lost one person. Seeing this, the others immediately began to retreat. A few people on the ground just got up. He was shot by a gunman again. Fortunately, they escaped into the room without any danger. Avila immediately locked the door. Break the password by lifting the gun. There is an emergency exit next to it. Maybe you can escape there. However, the director was shot by a bullet as soon as he showed up. Seeing this, Avila immediately raised her gun. Deller walked out of the darkness with his men.
Whoa! Moi aussi, ça me fait plaisir à la Wii. Ça fait combien de temps? Hein? 10 ans?
The door next to it was also broken by the other party. They can only hide in the opposite room. Deller and his men immediately leaned over, start punching and kicking at the door. But I didn't find that Avila and his group had escaped from the side door. When Deller knocks open the door and rushes in, the few people inside have long disappeared. Avila wanted to go around and attack a gunman. Unexpectedly, the other party discovered the bulletproof vest on her body took all the damage for her. Bane immediately rushed over when he saw this, begin to get entangled with the gunman. The boxing champion fights against a little Kara without any pressure at all, but before he could catch his breath, another person rushed over. Bane shot him without hesitation. Knowing that this is not a solution, so he dragged the fallen gunman over, take off his bulletproof jacket, use bulletproof vests as shields. With the firepower of a few people, they rushed up. The other party has a finger tiger in his hand, and this punch is quite heavy. Deller took the opportunity to move towards Leo. This is their purpose today. Just kill Leo. Their adventure today is worth it. However, he ignored the Avila next to him. Although Avila interrupted Dull's attack, but I was also thrown out. Deller didn't plan to let her go easily, followed up and started to output again on the other side. Bane is engaging in the old black holding a tiger. Lao Hai's attack was powerful. Bane can only dodge with his agility. Once the other party seizes the opportunity, he has to bear the explosive damage. Avila was also beaten miserably, even though she has a skill that is beyond ordinary people, can face opponents with burly figures and huge strength, no effective counterattack. In the melee, Bane was caught in the abdomen by Lao Hai with a spike. The severe pain made the boxing champion lose his ability to resist instantly. Lao Hai took the opportunity to start outputting wildly. He knocked Bane over with a heavy blow. Hold Bane with both hands. I plan to strangle him to death, just when Bane is about to rest. Lao Hai just got killed. The battle over Avila is coming to an end. Leo helped Avila out of the battlefield filled with smoke. This life and death battle lasted for several days. Finally, their victory came to the end. At the end of the story, Bane keeps his promise, send the unscathed Leo back to his mother. This operation not only saved Leo, he even broke free from the past gas lock. Now he can finally face his heart, be a normal person. This drama ends.